Hello students. In the ongoing series of online classes, let us today study chapter number 2, the tsunami. So, what is a tsunami? As it is written here, a tsunami is a very large and powerful wave caused by earthquake under the sea. On 26 December 2004, a tsunami hit Thailand and parts of India such as Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Tamil Nadu coast. So here are some stories of courage and survival. Did animals sense that a tsunami was coming? Some stories suggest that they did. So let us study the first part. These stories are all from the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. Now, what is an archipelago? A group of islands. Ignatius was the manager of a cooperative society in Kachali. His wife woke him up at 6 a.m. because she felt an earthquake. Ignatius carefully took his television set off its table and put it down on the ground so that it would not fall and break. Then the family rushed out of the house. When the tremors stopped, they saw the sea rising. In the chaos and confusion, two of his children caught hold of the hands of their mother's father and mother's brother and rushed in the opposite direction. He never saw them again. His wife was also swept away. Only the three other children who came with him were saved. So Ignatius was able to save only three of his children. Other family members, his wife, his father-in-law and brother-in-law were swept, and two children were swept away by the tsunami waves. So this was the story of Ignatius. Now this is the story of Sanjeev. Sanjeev was a policeman serving in Kachal Island of the Nicobar group of islands. He somehow managed to save himself, his wife and his baby daughter from the waves. But then he heard cries for help from the wife of John, the guest house cook. Sanjeev jumped into the water to rescue her, but they were both swept away. This is the story of Meghna. 13-year-old Meghna was swept away along with her parents and 77 other people. She spent 2 days floating in the sea, holding on to a wooden door. 11 times she saw relief helicopters overhead, but they did not see her. She was brought to the shore by a wave and was found walking on the seashore in a daze. Now this is the story of Almas. Almas Javed was 10-year-old. She was a student of Carmel Convent in Port Blair, where her father had a petrol pump. Her mother Rahila's home was in Nankorid Island. The family had gone there to celebrate Christmas. When the tremors came early in the morning, the family was sleeping. Alma's father saw the sea water recede. Recede means move back. He understood that the water would come rushing back with great force. He woke everyone up and tried to rush them to a safer place. As they ran, her grandfather was hit on the head by something and he fell down. Her father rushed to help him. Then came the first giant wave that swept both of them away. Now Alma's mother and aunts stood clinging to the leaves of a coconut tree, calling out to her. A wave uprooted the tree, and they too were washed away. Almas saw a log of wood floating. She climbed onto it, then she fainted. When she woke up, she was in a hospital in Camorta. From there, she was brought to Port Blair. The little girl does not want to talk about the incident with anyone. She is still traumatized. So you see, in the first part, a story of Ignatius, a story of Sanjeev, a story of Meghna and Almas have been given, and we have been told that how all of them were the victim of tsunami and all of them lost their dear ones in the tsunami. Now come to the second part. This second part is about a girl, Tilly Smith, and she was from London. So let us read this part. Now here is a story from Thailand. These earlier stories were from the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now this story is from Thailand. The Smith family from southeast England was celebrating Christmas at a beach resort in southern Thailand. Tilly Smith was a 10-year-old schoolgirl. Her sister was 7 years old. Their parents were Penny and Colin Smith. It was 26th December 2004. Deadly tsunami waves were already on their way. They had been triggered by a massive earthquake off northern Sumatra earlier that morning. The water was swelling and kept coming in. Penny Smith remembered the beach was getting smaller and smaller. I didn't know what was happening. But Tilly Smith sensed that something was wrong. Her mind kept going back to a geography lesson she had taken in England. Just 2 weeks before, she flew out to Thailand with a family. Tilly saw the sea slowly rise and start to foam, bubble and form whirlpools. She remembered that she had seen this in class in a video of a tsunami that had hit the Hawaiian Islands in 1946. Her geography teacher had shown her class the video and told them that tsunamis can be caused by earthquakes, volcanoes, and landslides. Tilly started to scream at her family to get off the beach. She talked about an earthquake under the sea. She got more and more hysterical, said her mother, Penny. I didn't know what a tsunami was, but seeing my daughter so frightened, I thought something serious must be going on. Tilly's parents took her and her sister away from the beach to the swimming pool at the hotel. A number of other tourists also left the beach with them. Then it was as if the entire sea had come out after them. I was screaming, "Run!" The family took refuge in the third floor of the hotel building. The building withstood the surge of 3 tsunami waves. Now, what is the meaning of withstood? Withstood means endured without collapsing. Now, they had stayed on the beach. So, if they had stayed on the beach, they would not have been alive. The Smiths later met other tourists who had lost entire families. Thanks to Tilly and her geography lesson, they had been forewarned. Tilly went back to her school in England and told her classmates her terrifying tale. So, this is the story of Tilly Smith, whose family went to Thailand to celebrate Christmas, and the tsunami came on 26th December 2004. But luckily, she was saved and her family was also saved because she had seen that kind of scene in a geography lesson shown by her geography teacher. So she and her family was saved. Now let us come to the third part. This third part is about animals, whether animals possess sixth sense or not, and whether animals were able to know that the tsunami was coming or not. So it is written, before the giant's waves slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka, wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. They fled to safety. According to eyewitness accounts, elephants screamed and ran for higher grounds. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas, and zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed to come back out. Many people believe that animals possess a sixth sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans realize what's going on. We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not, but the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in a dozen countries, but not many animals have been reported dead. Along India's Cuddalore coast, where thousands of people perished, buffaloes, goats, and dogs were found unharmed. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals, including elephants, leopards, and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from the Patannagala beach inside the park, but no animal carcasses were found except for 2 water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people at Yala National Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Patannagala beach. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gale said his 2 dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach. They are usually excited to go on this outing, he said, but on that day they refused to go and most probably saved his life. So students, by reading this paragraph, this part, we come to know that it seems animals possess a sixth sense which let them know what is going to happen in near future, what if any disaster is going to come in near future. That is why the tsunami who killed so many people in 2004 was not able to kill many animals. So very less animals were reported to have died during the tsunami. So students, I hope you have understood the chapter. If you have any problem, you may talk to me. Thank you, students.